EDC Ltd is a premier financial institution owned by the Government of Goa. Formerly known as the Economic Development Corporation of Goa, Daman and Diu, it was incorporated on 12th March 1975 and has, during the last 47 years of its existence, been a catalyst for economic development and industrial growth in Goa. EDC Ltd is registered with the Reserve Bank of India as a non-banking financial company. We provide financial assistance by way of term loans to the industries and businesses set up in Goa. EDC provides term loans under the following categories. First, loans under the schemes formulated by the government, that is Chief Minister's Rozgar Yojana and Goa Tribal Employment Generation Program. Second, business term loans. Third, professional loans for government employees. And fourth, loans to the Government of Goa owned corporations involved in the development of infrastructure in Goa. This presentation does not cover the loans offered by EDC to the Government of Goa owned corporations, as it would not be relevant to the audience of this webinar. So let us start with the Chief Minister's Rozgar Yojana. The Chief Minister's Rozgar Yojana is a flagship scheme of the Government of Goa to promote self-employment and entrepreneurial spirit among the educated unemployed Goans for setting up projects or activities other than dealing in alcohol and tobacco. The project to be financed in case of applicants who are professional degree holders, diploma holders, ITI graduates, etc. could be up to Rs 25 lakhs and up to Rs 20 lakhs in case of others. It may be noted that an amount up to 50% of the eligible project cost may be utilized for acquisition of premises. In case of professionals and technically qualified persons, up to 70% of the eligible project cost may be utilized for acquisition of premises. The finance for the project would come from three sources. First, interest-free share capital from Directorate of Industries, Trade and Commerce, that is DITC, which would be repayable in installments along with the EDC term loan. Second, promoters' contribution. And third, the balance project cost would be financed by EDC as a term loan. The interest-free share capital would be provided by the DITC to the tune of 80% of the project cost in case of SC and ST applicants and to the tune of 50% of the project cost in case of others. The promoter's contribution would be 5% of the project cost in case of women, disabled, SC, ST and OBC applicants, and 10% of the project cost in case of other applicants. The balance funds, that is 15% of the project cost in case of SC and ST applicants, 45% of the project cost in case of OBC, women and disabled applicants, and 40% of the project cost in case of other applicants would be provided in the form of term loan from EDC at the rate of 8% interest per annum for males and 6% interest per annum for females. The eligibility criteria and other broad parameters of the scheme are as follows. Age. The applicant should be between the age group of 18 to 45 years in case of general category and between the age group of 18 to 50 years in case of widow, disabled person, SC, ST and OBC. Additional relaxation of 5 years can be considered for deserving candidates subject to terms and conditions. Education. The applicant should be minimum 8th pass. However, relaxation can be granted for deserving applicants. Family income. The applicant's family income should not exceed Rs 10 lakhs per annum. Residence proof. The applicant should be a permanent resident of Goa for at least 15 years. Moratorium. The maximum moratorium could be 1 year depending upon the needs of the business. Non-eligibility. The applicant, confirming party and the guarantor should not be defaulters to any financial institutions or banks, and the applicant should not have availed any other subsidy-linked scheme of the Government of Goa. Primary security. A first charge of mortgage or hypothecation would be created on the fixed or current assets being financed. Collateral security. For loans for less than 2 lakhs, the personal guarantee of the applicant and spouse or relative is taken as collateral. For loans between Rs 2 to Rs 6 lakhs, an additional personal guarantee of a third party is taken. And for loans above Rs 6 lakh, additionally, a notarized copy of the ownership document of unencumbered immovable property owned by the guarantor commensurate to the loan amount is taken. Now, let us move on to the next loan scheme of the Government of Goa. The Government of Goa also has a special loan scheme for our tribal community. This scheme, known as the Goa Tribal Employment Generation Program, is implemented primarily by the ST Corporation and EDC Ltd. The scheme is more or less in line with the Chief Minister's Rozgar Yojana, with the additional benefit of project cost of up to Rs 25 lakhs for MSME and Rs 15 lakhs for service sectors and trading sector. Promoters' contribution as low as 5% of the project cost, 40% subsidy on loan amount, and interest at a subsidized rate of 2% per annum. Now that we have covered both the loan schemes of the Government of Goa, let us move on to the business loans offered by EDC. EDC offers the following business term loan schemes for businesses being set up and operating in Goa. First, General Term Loan Scheme. Second, Scheme of Financial Assistance against Mortgage of Immovable Properties. Third, Scheme of Loan Assistance for Construction Projects. Fourth, Composite Loan Scheme for EDC clients with good track record. And fifth, Scheme of Term Loan Assistance to Qualified Professionals. The broad parameters of the scheme subject to other terms and conditions are as follows. Purpose. The term loan can be utilized for acquisition or creation of fixed assets as well as for takeover of existing standard loans of the applicant subject to the norms of EDC and feasibility of the project. Some of the common conditions of our business term loan schemes are as follows. Medium, small as well as large enterprises including hospitals, hotels, tourism related activities, construction activities as well as businesses in service sector like professionals etc. are eligible to apply for a business term loan with EDC. In case of takeover, the loan account should be classified as standard for the past 2 consecutive years with the existing bank. The properties being mortgaged to us should not be leased out. Eligibility. Some of the specific requirements of the different loan schemes are as follows. In case of general term loan, the takeover of existing loan of the applicant is possible only if the asset for which the old loan was borrowed was acquired within the last 18 months. In case of mortgage loan and composite loan, the unit should be in existence for at least 5 years and should have cash profits for at least 2 years with net worth positive as on the last financial year. In case of construction loan, the applicant should have experience in construction line for 5 years and should have completed at least 2 projects of minimum built-up area of 1000 square meters each. The composite scheme is for applicants who have been our borrowers and have maintained good payment track record for around 2 years. In case of professional loan, the applicant should have a minimum 2 years experience and should be up to the age of 55 years. Quantum of loan. In case of general term loan, mortgage loan and construction loan, the quantum of loan could be up to rupees 4 crores for proprietors, rupees 7 crores for partnership firms, and up to rupees 15 crores for companies and LLPs. It may be noted that in case of mortgage loan and composite loan, the maximum loan could be up to 75% of the value of the immovable property being mortgaged. In case of composite loan, since the applicants are our past borrowers and have proven their credibility, the quantum of loan could be up to rupees 8 crores for proprietors, rupees 10 crores for partnership firms, and up to rupees 25 crores for companies and LLPs. In addition to the term loan, the applicant could also be granted a working capital term loan up to 40% of the above loan limits. In case of professional loan, the maximum loan amount could be up to rupees 75 lakhs. Debt equity ratio. Except in case of construction loan, for all loans up to rupees 50 lakhs, the maximum overall debt equity ratio could be 3:1, and for loans above rupees 50 lakhs, the maximum overall debt equity ratio could be 2:1. In case of construction loan, the maximum overall debt equity ratio could be 1.5:1. It may be noted that in addition to the overall debt equity ratio, the minimum promoter's contribution shall be 25% of the project cost. Margin on security. The margin on security is the percentage by which the value of the primary security exceeds the loan amount. The minimum margin on security required by us is 25% for all loans other than construction loan, in which case we require a minimum margin on security of 35%. As regards the mortgage loan, the minimum margin shall be 10% of the value of the asset being created, and in case of takeover of loan, the margin shall be nil. Security. A security coverage of minimum 100% immovable security by first charge on primary, collateral and/or personal guarantee is required. However, in case of general loan, for loans up to rupees 50 lakhs, if the loan is for financing a movable fixed asset, the loan could be extended by creating a first charge on such asset with the personal guarantee or any other acceptable security of a third party, such as immovable assets, fixed deposits, etc., to commensurate with the loan amount. Rate of interest. All our loans carry a floating interest rate of 9.5% per annum for loans up to rupees 50 lakhs. At a rate band of 9.5% to 11.5% per annum for loans between 50 lakhs to 1 crore, and at a rate band of 9.5% to 12.5% per annum for loans above rupees 1 crore. As regards professional loan, a interest rate of 9.5% per annum is charged. The exact rate is determined based on the credit rating evaluation as per our internal parameters. Here we would like to emphasize on the fact that the borrowers of our business term loans, except for loans for construction projects, are eligible for an interest rebate under the Modified Interest Rebate Scheme 2012 of the Government of Goa. Under this scheme, the following interest rebates can be availed by the borrower in the following categories. Units located in backward taluka of Goa, that is Perne, Sattari, Sangya, Kepe, Kankona, Bicholim and Dharbandoda at 5% per annum. Units promoted by residents or non-resident Goans at 2% per annum. Units promoted by women entrepreneurs at 2% per annum. This interest rebate is subject to a maximum limit of rupees 40 lakhs per annum per unit and in order to avail the benefit of this rebate, the units should fulfill certain conditions including the following. Number 1. The unit should not fall in the negative list specified by the Government of Goa. Number 2. The unit should have their loan account classified under standard category at the end of the financial year, etc. The detailed MIRS scheme 2012 along with the terms and conditions and the sectors classified in the negative list is available on our website. Tenure. All our loans other than construction loan can have a maximum tenure of 8 years including a maximum moratorium of 2 years. As regards the construction loan, the maximum tenure could be 5 years including a maximum moratorium of 2 years. With this, we have covered most of the broad parameters of our business term loan schemes. Let us now move on to the next category of loans provided by EDC. The personal loan for government employees. EDC Ltd offers one of the best personal loan scheme to the government employees to cater to any purpose including the purchase of vehicles for personal use. Eligibility. The personal loan could be availed by the permanent employee of state or central government as well as by the permanent employees of PSUs, corporations, teachers and staff of aided schools and institutions. Quantum. The loan could be availed for a maximum of 15 lakhs. Margin. The loan would be granted at 0% margin. Rate of interest. The loan would be extended at a floating rate of interest of 9.5% per annum. Tenure. The loan up to Rs 5 lakhs would be for a tenure of 5 years, loans up to Rs 10 lakhs would be for a tenure of 7 years, and loans up to Rs 15 lakhs would be for a tenure of 8 years. The above tenure would include a moratorium of 1 month and would be subject to the balance service of the applicant. Guarantor. The applicant would require to furnish a personal guarantee of one or more government employees. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the presentation. Although we have sincerely tried to cover all the broad aspects, there might be some changes in some parameters from time to time. Also, we would like to give a disclaimer that every loan proposal shall be considered on its own merits and feasibility analysis, and mere compliance of the eligibility and other criteria may not entitle the applicant for sanction of loan. We would urge you to visit our website www.edc-goa.com to download the detailed schemes and forms and call us on 0832 222 4509 or visit our office at EDC House, Dr. Atmaram Borkar Road, Panji for more clarifications or more details.